Hi there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and I'm so glad that you've decided to join me. So this is your reading for the week of September 13th through 19th of 2021. Just have to adjust this a little bit. There, that's better. And so let's just see what it is your angels want to tell you for this week. So this is a general reading, which means that they come as a collective and they offer all the wisdom and all the messages for all of you, right? So they combine them and then they choose whichever cards are the most representative, the best representative of what they want you to know for this week. So the cards seem to be slow to respond just now. So hang on, we'll just keep trying. So how this works is every time when I'm about to do a reading, I really tap in, I connect myself energetically with the divine and with the messages, and I get in the flow kind of, So then when they come and they give the messages for all of you as a group, which, I've just talked about being a general reading, right? And so then they choose which deck, which two decks is what I use. They choose those to tell the messages, and flipping right out that one, and then they choose which cards from those decks. And so then as I'm looking at those cards, the words just flow. Like, I don't make them up, I don't stop them, I don't interpret them, I just say what I'm getting. And so then however it resonates with you, that portion of the reading, is for you. Or if it's not resonating, that just means that portion of the reading is for somebody else. And so it's all exactly how it's supposed to be. So, all right, let's see what we've got here. So we've got 7 cards instead of the usual 6. They wanted an extra one, so that's what we're doing. So, all right, so this looks pretty good. This looks really good, actually. It's kind of all depending on you. And truly, it always is anyway. So it's okay, let's just start here. So, healing, healed, healer. Did I say that in the right order? Yep, I did. Healing, healed, healer. So the person doing the the person doing the healing is the healer, right? Because in the meantime, you're doing your healing, and then you get to the healed spot, which makes you the healer. Nobody else can do healing for somebody else. It's all individual. You have to do your own healing. Nobody else can do it for you. Same goes for me. So when I'm doing my own inner work and I am healing myself, and I'm really having a hard look at what's going on in me, what's going on in my life, like what is showing up for me, because that's a really good indication of how I have been treating myself, kind of, So if there's a lot of chaos in my life, well, that's because maybe my thoughts are really chaotic, and so I can create calm by calming my thoughts, right? If I am feeling really broke, well, it's because my mindset has not been abundant, right? If I need healing, it's because I've been inviting unhealed things in. And so this can take, it's hard for us to say, okay, I'm completely responsible for every aspect of my life, but it's truly what it means. And so we as humans, we tend to fall into the blame game when it comes to that, but that's not what it is at all. That's not what they're saying. They're saying you need to take responsibility for your own self and everything that is showing up for you in your life. And so you get to also take responsibility for all the good stuff, right? So, it's a balance. If you get the good stuff, you got to take responsibility for the stuff you didn't really like either. right? So that's how that goes. But so for your healing, like this could mean physical, but it can mean in any way. This is, your thought processes. This is your mental, emotional, spiritual, as well as your physical. This is what's showing up in your life. And it almost all of it, or probably all of it, comes down to your mindset, your perspective, whether you are in general feeling good or whether you in general are feeling down. That's what you're attracting to you, right? Okay. So that's exactly what is talked about in the other deck. Give me a second, I have to cough. Excuse me, I have such a dry throat the last couple of days. So words of abundance is what comes up. So if you tend to say, oh, I'm always broke, or we can't afford that, or if you say things like, yeah, getting by, paying the bills, well, that's the state you're going to remain in, because that's what you're claiming. You're saying that that's all you've got. So if you change up your thoughts and your words and say things like, oh, yes, absolutely, we are so abundant and so prosperous. We have so much. Look at everything we've got. We have all this amazing, beautiful, nourishing food. We have plenty of clean, clear water to drink. We have such warm and cozy shelter. We have this vehicle that gets us everywhere we need to go. We have all the abundance we could possibly desire, plus more. That's what you will bring to you. It's a law. It is one of the universal laws. Just like gravity, it has to work. So when you find yourself in a space of lacking abundance, change up your thoughts, change up your words, and gradually your whole, like when we first start doing that, the underlying back of the mind thoughts are maybe still lacking. But the more you do it, the more you get in the habit of doing it, the more even the underlying ones become the real thing for those kinds of thoughts. So they're also saying, hang on. They flashed it to me and now it's gone, and I'm just hoping they'll give it back. Oh yeah. So there are two thoughts about abundance. There's abundance, and then there's the lack of abundance. So checking in on yourself, like which thoughts do you commonly have? Thoughts of prosperity or thoughts of a lack of prosperity, right? So that makes a big difference. So checking in with yourself and knowing what exactly it is you want instead of what you don't want, right? So, does that hurt? Oh, well, it's not uncomfortable. No, does that hurt? Yes or no, right? So it's a way of answering yourself in the positive. Yeah, okay. And so, let's see. There's a lot here about money. So words of abundance, facing your financial fears, and abundance mindset, and attracting, not chasing. All of that is, this is the only one that deliberately mentions money, but they're all to do with that. So facing your financial fears, what is it that is your worst fear? And have a look at that and see, is it even realistic? Is it something that could actually happen to you? Then change up. Like once you face it, you look at it and you take it out to the light of day and have a really good look. What is your absolute worst fear? What's the worst thing that could happen? And then and then change the scenario, change the story around that. Make it so that that absolutely cannot happen because your mindset is so abundant, the abundance mindset. Like your fears can only come to fruition if you keep paying attention to them. Take them out, have a good look at them, identify what they are, and then say, I refuse that. Like I'm choosing the abundance instead of the fears. Because it is always a choice. And so that abundant mindset is what determines what comes to you. So like that's what this whole thing is all talking about, is the law of attraction and knowing that you are truly looked after every moment, every day, for your entire life, that anything that's happening is happening for a reason. Or no, that's not quite true. They're saying to me that no, that's I know people say that, but it's not really the way it is. It's not necessarily a reason, but somehow you have to be able to switch up your mindset to the prosperity side. Otherwise, you will continue attracting the lack of prosperity side. Yeah. No, okay, that's what they wanted to say. Okay. So excuse me, just kind of dry. Should have brought water. I did bring water. Okay, I will. So, see, think, feel, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience. Yeah, that is what the law of attraction is. And so, attracting, not chasing. So when we get into this kind of a panic mode to say, oh my God, I'm so worried about this, and you know, that please bring to me, you know, this money. I you know, if I don't have money in this amount of time, then I'm gonna lose my whatever. And you know, when we get into that kind of energy of it, we're chasing it, and what that does is push it away even further. But if we think in terms of it, like oh, how delicious it is to receive all this extra abundance, and it just feels so good, and there's nothing more to be said about it. It just is mine, and I deserve it, and it comes to me easily. All this abundance, all this money, everything that money can buy, everything that makes life easier in the financial ways, all of that is mine. And it feels so good. There is never a time when I need to stop myself. Everything is available. Feel how different that feels? Rather than, oh my God, I need to bring some money in because this is a panicky situation. It can't come to you. You're pushing it away when you do that. Okay. And so on to different kind of a topic, in a way, get some exercise. So we're kind of back now to our healing ourself, right? So the human body is designed to move, to get movement, to get exercise. You know, in our ancestors' time, they had to do a lot more hard physical work to, you know, look after everything, to create the food and to create the clothing and to create the shelter and all those things, right? And so the human body is designed to do that. And we, in our current day and age, we don't move around as much as we should be doing, as is healthy for us. So go get some exercise. And, you know, it's, some of you, I think you're active in like in a physical way, but it's different from pleasure exercise, is what I'm hearing. So people who are in an active job where, you know, maybe you do a lot of walking or you do use your muscle a lot or things like that, that's good. That's certainly better than being sedentary all the time. But you still want to go for a pleasure walk, or if you like going to the gym, then go do that because it just feels good, right? And so that's kind of what they're getting at here. And that is a very healing thing. Any ailment that you have, any diseases or anything like that, get some exercise because that gets things flowing. Not only the blood flow, but the lymph as well. And the lymph is your immune system. And, you know, get your lungs fully inflating, get your heart having to work a little harder to keep it in shape. You know, your heart is a muscle, just like biceps, right? So the more you have to use it and give it a bit of a workout, the stronger it will be, right? And so, you know, be careful. If you haven't exercised at all in a long time, well, you want to start slow and you want to gradually work your way up. You don't want to overdo it to start with, because then it's a turn off, right? So you want to just start slow and you want to work your way into it and enjoy it while you're doing it. So choose something that you like doing. I mean, that's how that goes, right? But definitely get some exercise. And go to the park, you know, where there's flowers, or stop in a flower shop just to be there, just to hang out. Maybe you want to buy yourself some flowers and take them home with you. Maybe you want to enjoy the Bach flower essences, I think is what they're called. They are a type of an essential, sorry, I can't be more knowledgeable than that. I just know about them and that they are very healing. So a lot of this is about healing. So perhaps some of you, they're saying not many, some of you are feeling lack of physical health. And so also that has to do with that abundance mindset. The more you picture yourself in, okay, pick whatever works for you, but you know, maybe outdoors, striding along with energy and vigor, and you're feeling good, and maybe you're playing with the kids, or you're, you know, something like that. You're having fun though, and you're flexible, and you have energy, and it's enjoyable. So keep that in your mind as yourself, starting from now, attaining that. That's how that works. And yeah, get your exercise. Be aware that you are your own healer, and spend time with flowers and flower essences to increase your personal healing power. So there's a lot of different, okay, so they're just saying that they're kind of using this as an umbrella for like the alternative healing arts, maybe some energy therapy, some essential oils, definitely the flower essences, manual therapy, you know, so massage, chiropractic, all the myofascial treatment is my favorite. And so, you know, the more you can do all those kinds of things, the healthier you will be. Boost your immune system naturally with foods, with good foods, by avoiding the processed stuff, you know. So all these things, taking that all together is going to really assist you with your health. Okay, so here we need one more bit of guidance. Whoa, it just flew right out. So we have giving and receiving. And so keeping that in balance is a large part of keeping healthy, you know. So if you feel like you've been giving more than you've been receiving, then pay attention to that. Make sure that you're receiving. When people offer, say yes. Say yes, because it feels good. And that's what keeps your balance, right? So that's a beautiful message. Okay, so awesome message for you. So I don't have my globe out here right now, but Capricorn, can you please help me? And we'll just send a whole bunch of healing and love and appreciation all across the whole world. Beautiful. It's kind of loud here right now. They're just starting to combine in the field below. So hopefully it's not too loud in the microphone. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy your day. I want you to know, or your week, I want you to know how much I appreciate you, and I love you, and I'll see you next week.